779 from Yerushalayim HaKodesh. Parsha, it's a sefer, starts a new sefer, starts off Vayikra. Vayikra, if we'll take a look at it, the first letter is a small, in the first word, the last letter is a small aleph. And many Mefarshim want to explain that this is to show the anivos of Moshe Rabbeinu, Ish Moshe Mikol Adam. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu called to Bilam, the Torah uses the word Vayikar, and it was b'mikra kind of idea. Whereas over here, where HaKadosh Baruch Hu is calling to Moshe Rabbeinu, he's calling to Moshe Rabbeinu, and it's not just happenstance. And Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to downplay it, so he wrote it without the aleph. Hashem said, "Put an aleph," he put a small one. That's one pshat, but there's another pshat where Vasi in the Medrash Rabbah brings down, and the Kleyakar brings it down, that there's a minig kadmoinim, there's an old minig that lasted for many generations, that when you would take little cheder yingalach, little children that are starting to learn Chumash, you want to know where you should start teaching them from, says the Kleyakar, says the Ravasi, they would teach them from the beginning of Sefer Vayikra. Interesting place to start, but okay, that's where they started. What's the pshat in this? Says Ravasi, the reason is because Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, these little children, they're naki from Chet, they never did an Avera. Yavoyu HaTahirim. These little children who are tahar should come v'yisasku b'tahirim, and they should be Isaac and work and learn to understand the tahirim, the avodah that you need to be tahar for the karbanis. And the Kleyakar says, and that's why we have a little aleph in the Vayikra, is to tell you, just like the little aleph, it's just the beginning of the little thing. This is where the little children start learning Chumash. I don't know whatever happened to that minig. I know that that's not the way I was taught, or most people are taught. But this was a minig in Klal Yisrael, and it sounds like a very beautiful concept. And you may wonder, like, okay, so what's the point? Why would I start with the Sefer Vayikra? Of all the things in the Torah, and to start with Karbonis, even Mizmanenu, right? Vavasi, even the Kleyakar is Achar Churban, right? What you want to learn? Hashavas Aveda. You want to learn Tefillin? What are we starting with this for? So the Vilna Gaon had a brother, Rebbe Avram. And Rebbe Avram, the brother of the Vilna Gaon, said over, he asked the kasha. We know that there's the Mishnah and the end of Maseches Makos. Everybody knows Rabbi Chananya ben Akasha Omer. Chananya Akasha tells us, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zakis Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to be Mezake Klal Yisrael. He wanted to give to Klal Yisrael. Lefichach hirba lehem Torah u'mitzvos. He gave them more Torah and mitzvos. We find in Chazal that every time a mitzvah is repeated in the Torah, so when you're mekayim it, you're getting that many mitzvahs, 2, 3 mitzvahs, whatever many times it appears in the Torah. The same thing holds true when there's one mitzvah that has many pratim brought down in the Torah and how to accomplish the mitzvah. You want to eat a piece of meat on Yom Tiv, right? A mitzvah to eat meat on Shabbos and Yom Tiv, right? If I want to eat meat on Shabbos and Yom Tiv, so 1 second. I got to find a cow that doesn't have a mum. Now I need to shecht it properly. And after it's shechted, it's got to get deveined. And you have to make sure it's not a treifa. Even if it's proper shechita, you got to make sure it's not a treif. And after it's a kosher animal, you got to go ahead and devein it, and you have to get rid of all the blood, and you have to salt it, and you have to then you have to take out certain limbs and fats and make sure that that's not there, right? And even then, it's not good enough, because now you gotta, how's it getting from the butcher shop from the schlachtos to the store where you bought it? It's got to be packaged properly with the right chisamis, right? And then it's in the store. You go buy it and you bring it home. Now you better be careful when you're cooking it. You can only cook it in a fleishik's pot, and only certain people are able to be cooking that meat in order for it to be done properly. And make sure there's no milk or cheese that falls in there. And then after all that's said and done, right now, so now it's ready on Friday afternoon, you want it warm for your Shabbos, so there's a procedure to get that done as well. And it's not so simple, it's very complicated. You give me a mitzvah like eat lechol basar v'Shabbos, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's 45 steps to get this thing done. It sounds like an easy mitzvah, you know? We go to the store, buy meat, and there's a million steps. It says the brother of the Vilna Gaon, he says that when you have that one mitzvah and you become that one mitzvah, all those little steps are separate mitzvahs that you're mekayim. The shechita, the melicha, all of it. All of it. Beautiful. It's beautiful. So again, Rabbi Chananya made a kasha, Omer Rotza HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zakas Yisrael Leficha Chir B'Lehem Torah U'Mitzvos. Right? So Rabbi Avraham said to his brother, the Vilna Gaon, he asked him, he said, I don't understand. Why in the world, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to make life easier for Klal Yisrael, if Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakas Yisrael, so give them a few little mitzvahs that are easy to be Mekayim. They'll be Mekayim them, they'll get the schusim, you'll be happy, they'll be happy, everybody be happy. Why all the nuances? Why all the heaviness? And all the minute and little details and all the little kvenetchlach and kvetchlach? Why? So the Vilna Gaon answered him. He said, even if you can't be mekayim the mitzvahs, Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakis Yisrael Lefichach Chir B'Lehem Torah U'Mitzvahs. Because sometimes there's certain mitzvahs that we can't be mekayim. Right now, we can't be mekayim the mitzvah in the situation and the status quo that we're in right now. We can't be mekayim the mitzvah of the Korban Pesach properly, and we can't be mekayim the mitzvahs of the Talmud Shel Shachar and the Talmud Shel Bein Arbayim, and the Mincha and the Musafim when they're supposed to be brought, and the Korban Chatos when they're supposed to be brought, and the Shlomim. So many, the menorah and the Zrikas Adam. There's so many mitzvahs that could be done in the Beis HaMikdash that sadly, in today's day and age, we can't be mekayim them. So what are we doing here with the Sefer Vayikra, which is focused all on the Avodah the Kohanim in the Beis HaMikdash, then the Leviim, Karbanis and Kayanim. That's why Chazal call it the Teres Kayanim. So what are we doing with this? What are we supposed to do with it? So I think this is the pshat and why we're teaching the little children, why this minhag of teaching the little children Sefer Vayikra. Without getting into the whole Brias HaOlam, Vayikra El Moshe, from a lashon of Yokar. Hashem calls to Moshe, and he tells him, we're in the Oyel Moed, the holy place, because that's where a Yid's supposed to be. pure and in that holy place. And learning about these mitzvahs, even if we can't be Mekayim them. And even if we can't understand them properly, because we can't be Mekayim them. Sometimes, God's HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Zakis is Yisrael, Lefichach Hirba Lahem Torah. Because sometimes it's that we can't do the mitzvahs. And the Torah, and we're learning the Torahs of it properly, we could get the schus of the mitzvahs as well. They're learning Parshas Vayikra, the kids. Umar Kadosh Baruch Hu, Yavoyu HaTahirim v'Yisasku b'Tahirim. They're learning the Chumash. They're not being Isaac and bringing karbanis, but you learn these Torahs properly. Maybe if we learn it properly, maybe we'll be zeicha to taka Mashiach in the Beis Hamikdash. We go to Tahara. We'll go with Tahara, Yisasik b'Tahirim, and we'll be Isaac in the Tahirim, the Karbanis. I'm here of Yameinu. Have a Heilig Azisa Shabbos. As always, any questions, comments, or feedback, you can leave them in the comment section below.